Tonight, the chilling video just released from that deadly shooting in Idaho and the heroes that may have saved lives. The terrifying scene caught on camera. The moment the gunman pulls up to an In-N-Out drive-thru and opens fire. Panic inside the restaurant, an off-duty trooper heroically firing back. This worker nearby talking to the shooter so others could get away until officers finally confronted him. Crisis in Puerto Rico with water shut off for hundreds of thousands of Americans. This family showing us their taps are running dry even as tourists still have access. Firefighting tragedy, the helicopter crashing in Utah as they battled the flames. President Trump saying he'll go to the Supreme Court after a decision to halt construction of the White House ballroom. And the surprise economic numbers, the U.S. losing jobs last month. Major blow to Facebook, ordered to pay more than $500 million to address kids' mental health online. Daring chopper rescue. First responders saving a base jumper who got stuck on this Arizona cliff. Wild new video tonight of a hippo charging and chasing down tourists in Africa. The 97-year-old daredevil, now the oldest female wing walker ever, flying outside this plane. And our series, Great Americans. Tonight, she was attacked by a shark as a teenager. Now, she's fighting to save others. Nightly News starts right now.
This is NBC Nightly News with Tom Llamas.
And good evening. We thank you for joining us on this Friday night. We want to start with chilling new video from that deadly shooting at an Idaho In-N-Out Burger. The images showing both the horrific nature of the shooting, but also the bravery of so many who fought back. This was the scene in Twin Falls, Idaho, a gunman stalking the drive-thru window after he had shot and killed an employee inside. He later killed 2 other people as well. And here you see the chaos in that restaurant with the workers on the floor, huddled, terrified. An off-duty state trooper steps in with his gun, climbing over the counter and guiding the employees to safety. There were other acts of heroism as well. This Good Samaritan firing back there in the distance. And this worker at a nearby visitor center actually talking with the gunman. Police say to distract him so others could get away. The community there still mourning the 3 victims who were gunned down on that day, and you see them right here. Our Dana Griffin starts us off tonight, and a warning, some of what you're about to see is disturbing.
Tonight, chilling surveillance video edited and blurred by police shows the Twin Falls In-N-Out shooting that claimed the lives of 3 and injured 7 others. The 24-year-old shooter pulling up to the popular fast food chain's drive-thru window in a white Honda Saturday afternoon, shooting and killing employee Ashley Garibai. Next, calmly walking up to this vehicle with a handgun, killing driver Christopher Clonch. This man seen running to confront the gunman is then shot. Police say he's former Twin Falls officer Austin James Scott. He survives. The gunman returning to the drive-thru, firing more rounds inside. Police say his gun jams. He goes to his car and retrieves a rifle. Inside the restaurant, sheer panic as this off-duty state trooper climbs over the counter with his gun, ushering employees to safety. He and the gunman exchanging fire. Outside, the gunman runs and falls, getting back up, returning to the window, letting off another barrage of bullets. Video recorded by a witness shows the moment Good Samaritan Jordan Salinas also engages the gunman, forcing him to run away. At a nearby Tesla charging station, the gunman shoots 3 additional people, killing Del Schultz inside his car. The shooter entering a visitor center. You see people crouching down, hiding just feet away. He leaves, engaging outside with a brave employee who appears to talk with the gunman. Police say that man distracted him long enough, allowing others to get away.
To that young man, you are a hero.
Where'd he go? That way?
The gunman is last seen going down a nearby trail. Officers running close behind.
Hey, show me your hands!
This is the moment officers confront the gunman before police say he dies by suicide. Investigators praising not only the heroic actions of bystanders, but the enormous response by law enforcement.
This is by far the most extreme, complex, and dangerous situation that is completely unprecedented for our community.
Police took no questions during today's press conference. They say they do not have a motive for the shooting. The FBI now asking anyone with information to come forward. Tom?
Dana Griffin with that video just out tonight. And we're also tracking the crisis in San Juan, the capital of Puerto Rico. Our team is in that American city that had to shut off water for hundreds of thousands of residents. Our George Solis is there as the taps run dry.
Tonight, the water is now shut off for hundreds of thousands in Puerto Rico. Taps going dry as part of the American territory's drastic water rationing measures to conserve during a historic drought. For 2 days at a time, on a rotating basis, families are being forced to live off what water they have saved.
It's getting, I would say, to the point very critical, and when you're trying to panic and see oh my God, what are we gonna do?
How can something like this happen in America?
I don't even know.
In the capital city of San Juan, we met Juan Burgos and his daughter Allison, filling up their containers. They've been without water for a week now, even before the rolling shutoffs began. Inside their home, an emergency reserve.
If you try to do this today,
there's no guarantee that I will get at least one.
This community is one that should have water today.
let's take a look.
But then came the moment of truth.
It's a joke.
A trickle in both his kitchen and shower.
Definitely do not recommend to anybody that, not even my worst enemy, no.
In nearby Trujillo Alto, 84-year-old Carmen Caloca has water, but only because she has a large water tank that sits at the top of her home. She's been sharing it with her neighbors. But then her tank began running low, and with disabilities, her only recourse was to call town leaders and plead with them to bring her more water. She calls Puerto Rico a porquería, a trash dump. Tonight, FEMA says it's closely monitoring the drought conditions and that the agency is working with the Puerto Rican government to provide water trailers.
George Solis joins us tonight from San Juan. And George, we see those water trucks there just behind you. People across the area are going without, but at the same time, tourists at many hotels, it still feels pretty normal there?
Yeah, that's right, Tom. The hotels we went to today appear to be operating normally for now. This, as the Hotel and Tourism Association says, they've activated contingency plans. But the reality for so many here, like this gentleman filling up, this is a crisis that appears to have no end in sight. Tom?
George, our thanks to you. In the heart of wildfire country in Utah, an urgent rescue mission playing out tonight. A helicopter crashing late today with 2 people aboard, battling wildfires just south of Salt Lake City. Right now, there is no word on the condition of the brave crew that was aboard that chopper fighting the Widemouth 2 fire. The NTSB and FAA are investigating. To Washington and the new legal blow to President Trump's White House ballroom, an appeals court blocking further construction, setting up a potential showdown at the Supreme Court. Here's Ryan Nobles.
Tonight, a major setback for President Trump's massive ballroom on the White House complex. An appeals court ruling the construction process should have been approved by Congress, ordering above-ground construction halted, but paused their ruling so the administration can appeal to the Supreme Court, a path President Trump has already promised to take, calling it a, quote, unjust decision that must be overturned by the Supreme Court in its entirety. The president now calling it a military project because of the national security enhancements being built in the ballroom's basement.
We're building a great ballroom and a military facility as part of it, and it's incredible.
Do you buy that?
There's no way that this gilded boondoggle is a military installation.
But Republicans saying it's needed.
I mean, the security will be much better there once you're on White House grounds. The security is pretty breathtaking.
The plaintiff organization arguing that the president is just a tenant of the White House, a point the judges agreed with.
All right, Ryan joins us now. Ryan, we can see those cranes there behind you, and construction can continue there for the 2 weeks in question?
Yeah, that's right, Tom, but only a very limited amount of construction. Even though you do see those cranes behind me, it is just for the underground security structure, and the White House must take this issue up with the Supreme Court within 14 days, or all construction may be halted. Tom?
Ryan, thank you. And we're going to stick there at the White House because the president facing a new surprising report that showed the country losing jobs, though there were good news for 401ks late today with stocks hitting a new record high. Here's Gabe Gutierrez.
Tonight, the surprising job losses. The Labor Department now saying the U.S. lost 23,000 jobs in July. Economists had expected to gain 83,000. The White House downplaying the figures.
These are very noisy data. It's very, very noisy.
And touting an uptick in manufacturing jobs. Stocks closing at a record high today, and the president says his ramped-up deportations are helping too.
As illegal aliens go home, the cost of rent, groceries, and other staples is coming down very fast.
But polls show fewer Americans approve of his handling of the economy, while the Iran war keeps the national average for gas above $4 a gallon.
It is frustrating. It is hard.
It's annoying and it's frustrating, and hopefully we can get a grip on it pretty soon.
Now, the president says Republicans may face an uphill battle energizing GOP voters for the midterms since he's not on the ballot.
The question is, will they vote? Because a lot of them are very angry at Republicans, to be honest with you. Why is that? I don't know. I mean, they're angry at Republicans, but they're not angry at me.
Why?
They're not angry at me.
The unemployment rate did drop a bit to 4.1%, but analysts say that's at least partly because more people stopped looking for work. Tom?
Gabe Gutierrez first. Gabe, thank you. The social media giant that owns Facebook has been ordered to pay nearly $1 billion from a lawsuit in New Mexico, and it may not be the last major judgment over claims of harm done to young people via the company's apps. Brian Chung has more.
In a major blow, Meta being told by a New Mexico judge to pay up and even change up its platforms, including Instagram and Facebook. The judge comparing Meta to a factory and psychological harm to and sexual exploitation of children to be the pollution that must be abated. New Mexico's Attorney General Raul Torres brought the civil case against Meta.
While it is a victory, it is also something that highlights what comes next, what we must continue to do to advance this fight.
A jury in March found that Meta knowingly designed its apps to be addictive and harmful to teens, slapping Meta with a $375 million penalty. A judge saying Meta must now pay another $567 million. The judge also demanding new features for under 18 users, like mandatory usage time limits of 90 hours per month and banners shown once a month to highlight Meta's safety features. Meta says it will appeal the decision, adding that they, quote, have been transparent about the challenges of identifying and removing bad actors and harmful content. Something CEO Mark Zuckerberg spoke about in deposition video as part of the trial.
We need to constantly be vigilant and improve our systems in order to be able to identify the bad actors.
Meta faces further legal challenges this month, including a federal court battle with the first of 29 states alleging that the company is contributing to the youth mental health crisis, as social media companies battle back against allegations they're polluting the internet. Brian Chung, NBC News.
All right, and we're back in a moment with a close call with one of nature's most dangerous animals, a hippo, chasing down a group of tourists. And a walk to remember, the 97-year-old making history high in the air, walking on the wings of a plane. That's next. Welcome back. Imagine playing Hungry Hippo in real life. That's exactly what happened to this tour group in Botswana, except it was no game. In the middle of a safari, a male hippo started charging them. Hippos are very territorial. A mom aboard tells us the guide stayed a safe distance away, but obviously not far enough. That mom says she and her 3 kids are so lucky to be alive tonight. To the Superstition Mountains of Arizona, a base jumper hanging on for dear life. He was trying to jump when he got caught on this narrow rock wall. State troopers answering the call for help, hoisting down from a rescue chopper, pulling off this dicey rescue. The troopers hoist him back up and get the man to safety. But surviving wild hippos and jagged cliffs is nothing when you consider what 97-year-old Betty Bromage just did, breaking her own Guinness World Record for being the oldest female wing walker. She twists and flips in the air, going upside down. Again, she's 97. Bromage has done 6 wing walks in the last decade. If you're asking why, so are we. Betty says she can't drive or even see that well, telling the BBC without this, she would get bored. Betty, keep holding on. When we come back tonight here on Nightly News, a bull shark took so much from Lulu Gribbin, but it couldn't take her spirit. How that attack inspired her to make the beach safer for other swimmers and inspired us all along the way. She's this week's Great American. Next. Finally tonight, our series Great Americans, where we talk with those who have achieved so much about their lives and this country. Tonight, a 17-year-old who has already endured and accomplished so much in her life. She survived a shark attack at the age of 15, but is now fighting to keep others safe. Our Great American this week, Lulu Gribbin.
What do you love about America?
I think the community. There's something that's so special about the community of America.
Growing up in Alabama, 17-year-old Lulu Gribbin always looked at the water as an oasis.
I love just getting to feel the water and the wind in my back, and it's one of the best feelings.
But a visit to Florida's Gulf Coast 2 years ago changed Gribbin's life forever.
I remember I was swimming in the water with all of my friends. I turned around and heard my best friend scream, "Shark."
Seconds later, that shark attacked.
I bit off my left arm first and then my right leg.
Video from the beach shows the moments after the attack and the rush to save her.
And then a man came. He actually punched the shark off of me while I was still attached to my right leg.
Beachgoers racing her back to safety.
And then I blacked out in another man's arm and lost consciousness.
Lulu rushed to the hospital, ultimately losing her left hand and right leg. But she survived, remembering the moment she woke up.
Do you remember what you said?
The first words I said were, "I made it," because I knew that it was such a miracle that I made it, and that it doesn't matter what the outcome looks like, that I'm going to keep pushing, keep striving to move forward.
The recovery was grueling, learning to walk and live her life with prosthetics. Months later, she even courageously went back to the beach and back into the water. But during her rehab, she learned something stunning. A woman had been attacked by a shark just 90 minutes before her at a nearby beach. Why was no one warned? Lulu knew she had to do something.
This bill will allow us to help future accidents and future shark attacks.
That's her speaking in front of the Alabama House of Representatives. And just a few months ago, on the U.S. House floor in Washington, as Congress passed Lulu's law.
The rules are suspended. The bill is passed.
What is Lulu's law?
So Lulu's law functions the exact same way as an Amber Alert system, but for shark attacks. So when a shark attack has occurred in the water, it sends an alert and notification to your phone to let you know that there's something dangerous happening in the area that you're in.
Has there been a time, maybe through the legislative process or trying to get Lulu's law passed, that you felt proud to be an American?
Definitely. It was being on the House floor, that was just, I was in awe, definitely, and that was one of the best experiences I will ever experience in my lifetime. But really what I want to do with my future is be able to help other amputees.
She started a foundation last year, distributing $150,000 in research grants to help other amputees.
My foundation is called the Lulu Strong Foundation, and I feel like a lot of times my story is focused on the shark attack, but now it's beyond that, and our goal is to be able to raise money and give that to other companies and organizations who are researching into technology that helps amputees.
A teenager overcoming all odds and reminding us to keep pushing forward.
Even though I have 2 prosthetics, that doesn't define me. I'm still the same Lulu, and nothing has changed on the inside except for just growing stronger and continuing to strive for more.
Lulu Gribbin, this week's Great American. That's Nightly News for this Friday. I'm Tom Llamas. We thank you so much for watching. Tonight and always, we're here for you. Have a great weekend. Good night. We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.